How's everybody doing today? I want to give a little update on our Kubota engine rebuild. We have been spending the last little bit looking for parts on these Kubota 6950, 7950, 8950s, M7500s, 7030, 8030s. They all run pretty close to the same engine, the 7950 being a little bit different cubic inches. But what we've found is Kubota doesn't make a kit, so you can't just go down to Kubota and say, hey, give me a engine rebuild kit. Alliance doesn't make an engine rebuild kit, so we can't call Alliance. And so I had to do a little research. First investigation was calling my local Kubota dealer, trying to figure out what my price would be. And honestly, I about fell over. The quote was about $3,800. So went to the internet, visited the internet, found some Chinese kits. This is a V4000 2A engine. There was only one kit for that, had the sleeves and everything. It was $1,100, which was reasonable. But it was coming from China, so we were a little bit worried about that. Tried to find a kit that didn't have the sleeves, because a V4000 1A engine that didn't have the sleeves was about $700. So I thought, hey, we're really getting manageable here. But one of the things that we got to looking around and we figured out was that on all the Chinese kits, they had the wrist pin diameter at 34 millimeters. And I hadn't pulled our wrist pins out to measure them. And so I got looking in the book one day, wasn't really looking for this info, but came across it and found that the wrist pins were 34 point something millimeters in our engine. So I pulled one of ours out and measured it with the micrometer, and sure enough, we were at 34 point, I don't remember the number, but it was 34 something, which wasn't 35 millimeters. So all of the Chinese kits run a 35 millimeter piston. So I got a little bit nervous and thought, I guess I could probably change the bushings in the wrist pin, and that will make that work. So I basically just got online, started typing in part numbers and finding some prices. And I found a few places. One was a place down in Florida. They sell generators. Another one was an R&L in Iowa, which is who I actually went with. And you can see right here, we do have our box of parts, finally. And they came from R&L, and I'll put up their contact number. But basically, they are a Kubota engine dealership. And so I was talking to my local dealer when I was over there one day, and I said, hey, ordered most of the parts through a different place. They were a lot cheaper. There was a few gaskets and things I had to go back and get at my local dealer, which is Central Equipment here in Lexington, Kentucky. And then we were talking, they said, you know what? Difference is in price, especially like on pistons, it was like $365 versus $245 or something like that. Almost $100 per piston, or a little more than $100 per piston. The rings were the same way, and we got to talking. And so what happens, kind of makes sense why the price was, doesn't make sense how Kubota does this, but the engine manufacturer buys their parts directly from Kubota in Japan, and then the dealerships have to buy any of their engine parts from the engine manufacturer, which is the Kubota engine manufacturer. So there's a boost in price. So going straight directly to an engine manufacturer allowed me to cut that cost. And I'm going to put up a sheet that's got a cost comparison on what we got. But we were able to save quite a bit of money. This is everything that I got from the R&L, which is our pistons, our rings, our rod bearings, a few gaskets, some hoses, the head gasket. Some of the other things I've got over here that I got from Kubota, Central Equipment, they're in this bag here. Our oil pan gasket, we could not get the gasket that goes on right here where our block goes on now. This little cover down here on the bottom that bolts up to the bottom of that gasket is not available from anybody. So that's probably just going to get a thick layer of silicone, or I don't know, I may make a gasket. I have no idea how I'm going to end up doing that. But we end up getting everything, about $1,800 worth through R&L. And I could have went with another place that had pretty much everything, but the difference was they were going to be like $100 less but they offered free shipping at $2,500, which we were at $1,800, so we didn't make that. R&L offered shipping whenever you got above, I think it was $200. So we figured with shipping costs and everything that we would be more advantageous to go with R&L and save that money there. And then the rest of the stuff we just ordered locally and got there. But we got it down from about a $3,800 quote to $2,000 for the parts and everything. And we're going to take a little break from this because Christmas break is coming up. This tractor is in our ag shop at school, and so when we get back from school, these students are going to get started putting this back together. We'll have some limited videos on that just because with the students being involved with it, I don't want to put all of them out on my page, but I'll probably do some recaps at the end of each day and put those together for our next video. But I'll stick up the R&L and then the cost comparison, the part numbers and everything, and what was available from where. That way, if anybody's thinking about doing a engine rebuild on a 6950, that'll help them out. So let me know what you think. Stay tuned for after Christmas when we get back sometime in January. We'll start posting the videos on putting this engine back together, and hopefully we'll get it going. So hope you all enjoy this. Let us know with liking and sharing.